So, what you doing there?
Burying something.
Okay, I can tell. Is that my posthole digger?
eBay.
Okay, yeah. You buy a lot of good stuff on there. Why are you burying something in my backyard?
You know my dog?
Yeah, cute little thing.
Yeah, well, he's on a chain most of the time. He doesn't dig a lot in the yard, and I figured if I came over here and, started digging in your yard, you'd blame your own dog.
Oh, that's right. I can see how I could be fooled by that. He does dig a lot of holes.
Are you gonna ask what I'm digging for?
Yeah, that was kind of the next question.
I'll tell you. This is why.
Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase. I remember this movie, but I had no idea they made a game out of it.
Oh, they made a game for it. Do you know those cars that come out of the factory that look like they're on life support?
Yeah, I've had one.
Same thing here.
There's no way it could be that bad.
Really?
Yeah, there's just no way. I mean, it's Scooby-Doo. How can you go wrong?
I'll tell you.
Okay.
Look over there and tell me what you see.
See some trees and some leaves.
Whoa. Guess I should have thought about that a little more. About time.
Why'd you tie me up?
You would have escaped otherwise.
From what?
I was about to tell you about Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase.
You were telling me, and then I blacked out.
You see, my sophomore year, I had to create a video of Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase, just in case anyone came along asking about the game.
Did you also plan to kidnap them in the process?
Much more detail. And now, I give to you the video. Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase for PlayStation 1 was developed by Art and published by THQ. We start off with Shaggy and Scooby amazed with the fact that they're stars of their very own video game. All of a sudden, the Phantom Virus shows up with his evil laugh and evil maniacal hands moving back and forth, telling the two that their game has been infected with his evil virus, claiming that it's his game now. The Phantom Virus leaves, and conveniently Fred and the girls show up, even though there's no way to get in or out of the room. After a little more chat, it's decided that Shag and Scoob must play the game in order to lure the virus out of the game so the gang can capture him. So do you see the resemblance to the movie so far? No? Me neither. For starters, take a look at their clothes. Their clothes look like they're from the 1970s version, not the early 2000s. And weren't there other characters in the movie? Professors and student scientists and whatnot? And a laser? And some kind of security guard? No? Oh wait, there's the security guard. While Fred and Daphne escape the inescapable room to look for a trap, figured that one out, Mr. Inc., Shaggy and Scooby must travel to 7 different worlds. And Velma, well, I'll get to her later. This game's level structure is the worst part of this game. It's linear, formulaic, and very mundane. Each world has 3 levels. 2 are just get to the end of the level while the last is the boss battle. So if you do the math, you'll find there's more levels than there need to be. This is the same for every single world. You just trudge forward on a path more linear than Final Fantasy XIII. This game's controls are very sloppy, and not really responsive. The camera, it moves in a weird way, and you don't really get a full sense of 3D motion because the camera is at an overhead angle. And did I mention that there's no difference between Shag and Scoob's controls? Seriously. I mean, it looks like they just copy and pasted the control code. Shaggy and Scoob have some of the most classic moves I've seen in ages, such as throwing a pie, crawling, and your signature jump and bounce move. Give these guys a workout channel or something. The pie throwing you'll use quite often, seeing how it's your only ranged attack, and it's just as effective as jump and bouncing. And while jumping and bouncing is mostly used to open up crates, boxes, and such, it can also take out an enemy. Now, it wouldn't be an old-fashioned platformer if it didn't have some kind of point system. Seeing how it's a Scooby-Doo game we're talking about, the only logical point system you can have is, you guessed it, Scooby Snacks. When you collect 2 or more Scooby Snacks, it'll multiply your amount of snacks you collect in a row by up to 5 times. And what happens, boys and girls, when we get to 100 Scooby Snacks?
The world comes together in harmony?
No, you peace-loving, tree-hugging hippies. You get a 1-up! That's what you get! And since we're playing a Scooby-Doo video game, there must be some kind of mystery involved, right? Wrong. No mystery, no clues, just good old-fashioned get to the end of the level and defeat the Phantom Virus. And Velma. She just stands there in the doorless room, doing everything in her power to do absolutely nothing. Well, at least in this one, she doesn't ask you to find her glasses. Instead, telling you that it's important to save your game when there are viruses around, which doesn't make any sense because when you think about it, couldn't the virus just delete your progress? By the way, the game's final boss battle, the Phantom Virus, is borderline impossible to defeat. Not because there's any real thought to it. The designers probably thought that if you torture yourself enough to make it this far in the game, then you'd love to deal with the final boss battle that just sits there and mocks you as you die and die and die. And despite how bad this game is, I keep bringing myself to play it every once in a while. It's the nostalgia! It's a game you'll only play when you don't want to devote any serious time to it. Alright. Still there? Andrew? Oh boy. I was afraid of that. Well, yeah. Well, time to make more room in the basement. Thanks for watching our review for Scooby-Doo and the Cyber Chase for PlayStation. Go on down in the comments section and let us know your favorite episode of Scooby-Doo. Old, new, doesn't matter. After you're done there, like us on our Facebook page. It makes us feel good.